Good Monday evening, a happy Halloween to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett, and here's what we are tracking as we're going into this new week. That substantial round of rain moving through the region. We tapped in to our first atmospheric river of the season. Picked up some pretty healthy rain. Now, of course, we were a bit on the deficient side, so for the most part, that's good news. Keeping a very close eye on those burn scars, especially up towards Stevens Pass and Bullock Creek, where we've got a lot of really unstable ground there. We don't want heavy rain there. Today, kind of dodged a bullet. There was a flash flood watch that was in effect that's now been allowed to expire. Now we are keeping our eyes on Friday when another round of rain, again another atmospheric river, will be moving through the region, and that's going to be our next test there. In the meantime, what we are tracking is some cool weather. In fact, let me show you what's going on here. We've got that rain sliding south. We'll have a little bit of convergence overnight tonight, so basically over top of Snohomish County and for the most part Everett. I'll walk you through that with Futurecast here in a moment. The other thing that we're keeping an eye on is a cold air mass moving in behind this system. Once the front moves through, yeah, you're seeing those numbers. That's not a typo. We're talking 30s and 40s, especially in the overnights. Looks like that's going to be from Tuesday through Thursday. Then the next rain event moves in on Friday. I mentioned that a second ago. We'll kind of take a look at the implications there in a moment. And then the weekend, it's going to be kind of chilly and showery as well. It looks like we have just settled into a new pattern, and you're definitely going to see that as we go through the weekend. I was going to try and show you the big picture here, but it looks like we're getting a look from Bellingham instead, where a little bit of wind's been blowing through the night. As we take a look at satellite and radar, that's helping me to tell the story here. We are seeing some showers towards the southwestern portion of the state, a lot of that moving into Oregon. Goodness knows they could use it, and then eventually that frontal boundary will slide through Northern California and bring some showers their way. They could most certainly use some moisture as well, so this is a very abundant and very generous system. You see that buttermilk sky behind it that's basically parallel with British Columbia right now. That's what we're about to inherit, and there is some cool weather embedded in there. So even though our flood watch has been allowed to expire, one thing that we do have in place tonight, it looks like it'll stay in place until Tuesday and possibly into Wednesday, is a special weather statement. This is what the National Weather Service has issued basically east of the Cascades and up towards the northwestern portion of the state. It's going to be gusty, especially on Tuesday. Winds could get up to 40 and even 50 miles an hour in some spot, and it's going to be unusually chilly. In fact, we could see some flurries. We'll talk about snow levels in just a moment here. Not expecting much in the way of accumulating snow, and for the most part, we're going to be tracking rain over there. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Yep, there's that area that had that flood watch that was in effect. That's now been allowed to expire. And then that blue color, that's a freeze watch. And take a look at this. Kittitas and Yakima counties could see temperatures that will not only get below freezing, but could touch into the 20s overnight. So if you're in that region or you've got friends and family over there, you might want to give them a heads up. This is that time of year. Pets and plants need to be guarded. So make sure you got some plans there. All right, let's put the future into motion. Overnight, we will see some light convergence that'll basically, again, kind of stay exactly where you would expect it, basically between King and Snohomish counties there. This is 8 a.m. on Tuesday. We'll also see some showers down towards Chehalis. That'll be kind of lingering and bumping into some of the foothills there. Tuesday at 6 p.m., we will see some of that start to pop up once again. Looks like we'll see some convergence over top of Snohomish and, well, Everett, now towards Mount Vernon, exactly where you would expect it to be. By late Tuesday into early Wednesday, that starts to break down, and now we see some showers that start to move down towards the south and west. So Tacoma, Olympia, Hoquiam, you'll see some light showers. Nothing that'll be that big of a deal. Kind of turns the corner around the southern edge of the Olympics there and starts to slide up, so it looks like it'll be a wet commute on Wednesday morning. This is right around 7 a.m. and off towards the state capitol as well. Again, this doesn't look like heavy rain. It looks like more showers than anything else, but it'll keep the roads wet there. By Wednesday at 6 p.m., we start to see everything sliding through there, just leaving some light flurries in the upper elevations there, but for the most part, possibly giving us a sun break and maybe even a sunset, even though the sun is now setting before 6 p.m. This is Thursday afternoon, and it looks like we'll see that next round of rain that will move in late Thursday into Friday. And again, this one looks like it could be bringing some pretty decent rain to the region as well. We'll fine-tune that as it gets a little closer. Take a look at this. So snow levels, we've known this for a couple days now. It looks like they'll be bouncing down to some wildly low levels, especially Tuesday and Wednesday. They're as low as 1,500 feet by Thursday. Here's the caveat with that. There's not going to be a whole lot of moisture in the atmosphere. In fact, you saw that on Futurecast. So not expecting much in the way of travel impacts, especially up towards Snoqualmie Pass, but it's something we'll keep a close eye on. When that rain moves in on Friday, look at that. It's going to bring a warming trend with it that'll push those snow levels up to about 6,000 feet. And then once that moves through, they plunge once again, and it could be a little bit on the showery side, if not the flurry side, especially into some of those lower elevations come Sunday, dipping down to 1,500 feet again. So that's something we'll be keeping an impact on, or an eye on as well, but not expecting much in the way of travel impacts. Overnight lows tonight will be chilly. If you've been waiting for an opportunity to bring some of those sweaters and some of those long sleeves down from the higher shelves, now is the time to do it. We're talking mid-30s in Shelton, and take a look at Forks. Overnight low right at the coast will be 34. You'll find 34 in Arlington as well, 36 in Bellingham, and a pair of 37s down towards Chehalis and Puyallup. Highs tomorrow, not particularly high. In fact, they're pretty much in line with what you'd expect this time of year. We'll see some upper 40s in places like Bremerton, Everett, and Seattle, and some low 50s down towards Chehalis and off towards Puyallup. Upper 40s, lower 50s off towards the eastern portion of the state. So 7-day forecast has some interesting wrinkles in it. It's going to be cool on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We tap into that rain again on Friday. That pushes temperatures up into the mid-50s, but it's going to be rainy. It's going to be blustery. And then again, that frontal boundary moves through. It looks like we're going to see another plunge that'll take those snow levels down and put those temperatures back into the 40s once again. So looks like a little bit of a ride ahead. Cool, rainy and blustery on Friday, and then cool again for the weekend. If there was any doubt that autumn is here, well, autumn is most definitely here now, and it looks like we should be dressing accordingly for it. Stay safe, stay warm. We'll talk to you again soon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett.